What do these characters have in common? Don Draper, James Bond, Hannibal Lecter, John Wick, Gregory House, Jaime Lannister, Dexter Morgan, and Tony Stark. They are all Byronic heroes. A Byronic hero is a literary archetype. That means that it's a character that represents a universal pattern of human nature or experiences. All these characters are of the same type. A character that is universal because it turns up in a lot of cultures. The Byronic hero has been with us for a long time. The term Byronic hero originated with the protagonist of Lord Byron's epic poem Childe Harold's Pilgrimage in the early 19th century. Lord Byron himself was a model for this character, particularly his turbulent relationships and his reputation as rebellious and brooding. The character quickly gained popularity and became the hallmark of the Romantic literary movement, or Romanticism. So what is the Byronic hero? Let's boil this complex character down to the 10 most common characteristics, and I'll give you some examples from the books I've read. Byronic heroes are multidimensional characters with complex personalities. Are they good or are they bad? Well, they don't care nearly as much about legality as they do about justice, at least justice in their own eyes. Jay Gatsby is a complex character. He's got his admirable qualities such as ambition and determination, and his darker traits like deceit and obsession. He knows what he wants and he goes for it, but his methods are a little sketchy. He comes by some of his money by illegal means, but I don't know that he thinks too much about justice. But Dirty Harry is a real clear illustration of this, but he's a movie character, so we can't use him. The Byronic hero often comes off as rebellious. They can end up in conflict with the law, as we've said, but more often it's because they challenge social norms. They have a strong distaste for society's expectations and institutions. They really don't care what other people think, so they come off as arrogant, reckless, and even self-destructive. Tyler Durden is all these things, and he rebels against societal norms, especially consumer culture. He forms an underground fight club as a means of defying and dismantling the established order. He's rebelling against the monotony and conformity of modern materialism. He sells soap to rich people that is rendered from the fat of rich people. Byronic heroes are dark and moody. They're tormented by something in their past, some tragic event or personal trauma, or possibly some deep, dark, hidden sin. Whatever it is, they seem to brood on it. And this kind of makes them oblivious to the needs of others. They're so introspective. The past shapes their identity and influences their actions and behaviors in the present. Severus Snape has a dark and troubled past, marked by a history of loss and regret and unrequited love. The past shapes his personality and motivates and drives his actions through the series. He hates Harry Potter, but he also gives his life for him. Byronic heroes experience intense and turbulent emotions. They are prone to brooding and melancholy, but also fits of passion. They are emotionally conflicted. Their emotions drive their actions and influence their relationship to others. Violence is often a possibility. Heathcliff is known for his intense emotions, passionate love, vengeful anger, and profound despair. He's primarily driven by his deep love for and loss of Catherine Earnshaw. He is nothing if not a tumultuous, wuthering character. Because of all of the above, Byronic heroes often feel isolated and alienated from society. They can conceive of themselves as outsiders or outcasts, struggling to fit in and work out genuine connections to other people. This sense of isolation fuels their inner conflicts. Meursault is emotionally detached and alienated from society, even from his own mother. This is clearly established even before he shoots a random guy on the beach. Byronic heroes are really smart, and they usually engage in a variety of intellectual or artistic endeavors. Sherlock Holmes is renowned for his intellectual prowess and his keen deductive abilities. He collects tobacco ashes, and he plays the violin, enjoys boxing, and conducts all sorts of scientific experiments. Byronic heroes are often handsome, but I think their attraction resides in deeper places, in their tortured soul. But they are sexy and charismatic. Whatever the attraction, they do draw others into their orbit. And they are passionate, but also dangerous and sometimes cruel. Rhett Butler is a charming and charismatic figure. He's got a quick wit, charm, and a magnetic personality. He captivates those around him with his suave demeanor and sharp tongue. Scarlett is repulsed by his arrogance and his cynical attitudes, but she clearly finds him alluring. Byronic heroes engage in a lot of introspection. And they are quite self-aware. This probably causes some of their moodiness, and they'll do a lot of questioning and second-guessing of their actions and their motives and their place in the world. Hamlet is an example of a Byronic hero before we had a name for it. He's constantly questioning his thoughts and his motives and his actions. His inner struggles and self-doubt fuel his internal conflicts and his tragic journey. If he didn't have this quality, Shakespeare's masterpiece would have been a short one-act play. Byronic heroes often have the potential for redemption. Despite their flaws and troubled past, they possess a certain nobility and capacity for growth. Their journey may involve seeking redemption or finding a sense of purpose. Jean Valjean starts off as a brooding convict, but he undergoes a transformation. Byronic heroes don't always choose the path of redemption, as did Jean Valjean, but they are capable of it, and that makes them so interesting. All the characters we've talked about so far are mysterious. They have hidden depth, secrets, and enigmatic qualities that keep others and the readers guessing as to what's really going on inside their heads. Lisbeth Salander is an enigma. She's got a troubled past, and so much of it is held inside. Her intelligence and unconventional behavior and hidden vulnerabilities create an air of mystery that surrounds her all the time. I love this book. She's a Byronic character from the top of the list to the bottom. The Byronic hero probably started with Hamlet, and then it was clarified by Lord Byron and his protagonists, and it was amplified by the Romantic era's emphasis on individualism and emotional intensity. And it seems to be here to stay. If you've not read them, I recommend all the books on this list above. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.